Okay, am I going to go first? Right, so this one is out of the book Psycho-Cybernetics, still reading that. This is on aggressiveness. Aggressiveness. Okay. So they say here aggressiveness and emotional steam are very necessary in reaching a goal. We must go out after what we want in an aggressive rather than in a defensive or tentative manner. We must grapple with problems aggressively. Right. So we're still coming to Kelly's thing. The mere fact of having an important goal is enough to create emotional steam. And this is, I was telling her this morning, this piece that I'm reading now is resonating a lot with me. Just it's understanding what I'm going through, or I'm understanding it more. This is just one idea, by the way, but it is making sense to me. The mere fact of having an important goal is enough to create emotional steam in our boiler and bring aggressive tendencies into play. However, trouble ensues when we are blocked or frustrated in achieving our goal. The emotional steam is then dammed up, seeking an outlet. Misdirected or unused, it becomes a destructive force. The worker wants to punch his boss in the nose but doesn't dare, goes home and snaps at his wife and kids or kicks the cat. So and just think about it. That happens. It's pent up aggression, pent up this, pent from not understanding where it's coming from, not knowing basically where you get in this, how everything is flowing, like like why do you want to have an argument? Where is it coming from? Someone, this is live. Okay, but anyway, the worker wants to. Okay, where am I? Kick the cat type of thing. Or he may turn his aggressiveness upon himself in much the same way that a certain scorpion in South America will sting itself and die on its own poison when angered. It's amazing. Don't lash out blindly. Concentrate your fire. They say the failure type personality is the person who goes to a job interview, doesn't get it right. Okay, goes for a second one, doesn't get it right, and stops. Then telling themselves, "I'm not very successful in interviews." So they just, with their head down, the shoulders go down, and they walk around with this belief that they're not good in interviews. And also people who just don't reach small goals. The failure type personality does not direct his aggressiveness toward the accomplishment of a worthwhile goal. The answer to aggression is not to eradicate it, but to understand it and provide proper and appropriate channels for its expression. So channels can be, in my mind, what I'm seeing is channels like exercising, meditation, prayer. People use channels, and they've been doing the study. There is an actual study going on in psychotherapy in New York City, and they've been studying this behavior for many years. They've been studying it in animals as well. They show that in animals, many years have shown that aggressive behavior is basic and fundamental. They indicate, this is just me highlighting, by the way, they indicate, he said, that providing a proper outlet for aggression is an important, if not mere so, than providing for love and tenderness. So to Get your aggression out. Now, remember when we spoke about it in the beginning, they said there is, just say you're setting a goal, there is emotional steam. You're blocking, you're not getting your goal. There's something that you're not getting. That's where they start in. That's where they're saying the basic aggression comes from. It's from you not getting somewhere, or some things not happening, and now you're building up emotional steam. But at the same time, you're understanding it. It's either because you're not taking the right amount of action, and you know it. Imagine you get to a point where you know why you're feeling a certain way. This is what this book is telling you. Why you're feeling that, and you can truly understand it, and you know how to get it out through either exercise, meditation, proper spiritual type of person, not mainstream spiritualness, mainstream media spiritual, you know what I mean? And just having an outlet. So yeah, that's my biggest takeaway, just knowing and understanding what we're feeling, or where my frustrations are coming from, what I'm doing wrong, what I know that I'm doing wrong. Okay, I can change it. I don't need to go in and fight with someone else. I need to find my outlet that keeps me going, keeps everything positive, keeps the love flowing. Yeah, it's my takeaway.
Thank you. Okay, so my takeaway is your days define your life. So quite literal in that. Your days are your life in miniature, basically. As you live your hours, you craft your life. So what you do today is actually creating your future, and this is in terms of every little thing. So the words you speak, how you communicate to other people in your day, the thoughts that you have, the food that you eat is quite little as well, the food you're putting into your body every day, the actions you take. All of these little things define you and define your destiny. And it's shaping who you are becoming and what your life will stand for. So highlighting also the small choices which will lead eventually to giant consequences over time. Each one of us have been called to greatness, and we all have potential inside us, a power within us. But if we do not use this power to grow, then obviously if we don't exercise it, nothing's going to come from it. So God spoke about that last week as well also, like we all have the potential inside us, but what's the point if you're not going to tap into it? He speaks about this quote that
coming
says,
from this book.
Yeah, there's a quote that says, "I know of no more encouraging fact than the unquestionable ability of a human being to elevate their life by conscious endeavor." So just highlighting that the best among us are not more gifted per se than the rest. They just take little steps each day as they march towards their biggest or best life. So these days that they're working on turn into weeks, obviously turn into months, and before you know it, you arrive at a place which is extraordinary. You arrive at a destination where you achieve greatness, basically. And it's all up to these little things. So there's no day that's unimportant, because every single day you're shaping a better you, the goal you want to achieve, where you want to be. So yeah, that's what I go.
Who believes that EFF boot camp is... We like, I just feel like EFF Bootcamp should be out there with the big brands and big names. That's what I feel. Who's stopping it? Is it us? Is it people? Is it our beliefs? Who's stopping us?
I think maybe it could be us believing it's still in obscurity. There's no one actually physically stopping us.
Is it us believing that we must still try to prove ourselves? When fuck!
Yes, I think it's definitely
We should be ahead of everyone else.
Technically are ahead of everyone else. We technically are ahead of everyone else.
So why do we keep ourselves in obscurity? Or what's wrong? Is it?
Maybe it's comfort.
It's also just society and the media, like they like lifting the bigger brands up in their names, like because of their brand, but they're not actually seeing and acknowledging what they are doing. Like, are they helping people? No. we are helping people. Like what's actually important, they're not focused on. They're more about the frills and the,
Yeah.
you know.
And remember,
They go in on what the media wants to see, what the people wants to see.
they pay media in order to get their name out.
Yeah.
They're not getting the attention because it's like, you know, it's wow, these people are doing good. Let's give them attention. It's here's 100,000, give me attention.
Or we become so good that they cannot
Not ignore it.
not ignore it.
I would go for
Cannot.
that route though. I wouldn't go wanting to pay the media. I wouldn't go to be
Yeah.
connecting myself with the
We
people.
must create our own fucking media.
And that's the thing. I don't think, okay, yes,
Which we are doing.
We're still under obscurity. That is true, 100%. However, and yes, I also believe that yes, we might be because of it ourselves. We're not gonna blame anyone. We're not gonna blame people. We're not gonna blame the media. We believe that things happen because of us. We truly believe that. I believe that personally. So, and I don't think I'm not doing anything to come out of obscurity. I don't think we are not doing anything to come out of obscurity. I don't think we're folding our arms and be like, okay, let's just wait and see. We are pushing. Yes, we're not there, but we are moving. It's not like we just stuck. It's not like we park. We're doing something. Do you understand? So those are the little wins that I believe Kelly is speaking about, that you as well are speaking about. We're not jumping from here to there, yes. However, we are moving. We're heading towards that. So I don't think we are causing this for ourselves. It's our fault, and as well it's because of us we're moving forward as well. So yeah, sorry Kelly.
Yeah, obviously, if we get 200 locations, we must be like known and recognized, because no one's fucking done that in South Africa. You know.
So it's a journey, guys. We go.
Yeah,
That's it.
Because they don't know what we truly got.
Okay.
Okay. My takeaway today is about guilt. So it's just about guilt and what guilt actually is. So any kind of guilt I mentioned in this book, it's kind of self-destructive. So part of our growth and so this takeaway is from my book Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. So
Girls, stop apologizing.
Girl, stop apologizing. Yeah, that's
I'm act like I know what it is, but honestly I don't.
So part of growth is obviously the willingness to improve, and feeling guilty is how we know sometimes that we're doing something wrong, man. So we actually believe that sometimes, like, this is just like a belief, and I can relate to this belief because just of the way I was raised and growing up. So so we believe sometimes that that guilt is God's way of telling us that we're making the wrong decision, or like we're doing something wrong, and we actually taught guilt and shame by people. Like we taught guilt by our surrounding, and obviously people who influence us. And the actual fact is that like guilt wasn't created. Well, guilt it wasn't taught by our Creator. So whatever people think is guilty is actually what we take on is guilty and shameful. And yeah, we taught to view certain things as, like, oh my gosh, like, this is actually making me feel guilty. Like, maybe you make a decision, a selfish decision, and then you feel, oh my word, like this was a bit, it makes me feel guilty. Maybe I was selfish. So what I'm saying is, like, we need to learn to associate certain things with we really need to look at what we are associating, like our shame to or our guilt to. Like, we can't be afraid to fail, because of being afraid to fail is almost like not trying. And like, think about it, rather try than
than to fail,
Okay,
because
so are we going to all try and achieve 200 locations?
yes, because yes.
1,000 locations.
So yeah, like just don't be afraid to fail, because that's like, it's like not trying at all. And just back to the guilt thing, like next time you're feeling guilty about wanting to achieve something, like really think where this is coming from. Like, is it coming from people, or is it coming from yourself, you know? Like why is it making you feel guilty? So yeah, the main thing here is just really look at what is making you feel guilty. Like, is it coming from the people around you, or is it actually coming from yourself? Because like God, our creator, like he doesn't want us to feel guilty about anything, man. Like, you know, he wants us to move forward and you know,
I thought it was a
succeed.
she.
He, she, him, she, whatever you want to call it.
I'll just call it a she.
So yeah, that was my big takeout. Full God, whatever you want to full God. Like, I feel God is everywhere. Like, God is everything. So
Like Jesus said, God is in you, within you. You said this so last week, I think it's just within you also. God is within you. Alright, cool. So I'm still reading Man Up booklet. Just one major takeaway that I took from this, just going through it again. Honestly about yourself before anything else. So it's a nice quote in here. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and others. They have no respect in his cases of true love. So in a sense of just what I took about from that thing, I mean, God talks about, like last week, he told us, you got to believe in yourself. You got to make sure that you write down your goals every single day. Set out your routines. The more you write it down, the more, of course, you will believe into it. So in a takeaway of this, above all else, you got to be true to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Write down your pros and cons. Write down your strengths. Write down your weaknesses. Your weaknesses is only going to make you stronger once you overcome your weaknesses. So in a sense of why I say this for myself, if you're going to believe your lies that you're telling yourself, I can't do this, but you know you can't do this, are you doing something to overcome that weakness? Are you doing something to prevail over that?
What's wrong with telling yourself that you can do this?
It's not about telling yourself you can't do it. It's about lying to yourself to thinking that you cannot do it. So in a sense, it's for an option.
No, but you just said now, tell yourself that you can do it, you can do it. But you must stop lying to yourself by telling yourself you can do it.
So if you can do something, you want to do something, G. Like let's say we want to open 200 clubs. We want to, and now this is not a lie to us, we're going to say we can do it. What actions are we putting in place to overcome and get to that goal? We are not lying to ourselves saying, oh no, okay, cool. Like Alva said, we are doing something. That's the end goal, but what steps are we're going to get there in the long run? But what steps are you doing to get to that specific? Are you just going to lie to yourself, no, we're going to open up 200 clubs. But what actions are you taking? What steps are you putting in place to get to that specific goal? Are you just going to be lying to yourself and be like, oh, now we're going to get there. 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 Cool. But what are you doing in the background? What are you doing at the back that no one else sees for you to get to that specific goal? Which is important. Like you said, we write out routines. We write out schedules. We have plans in place. So, like they say, a man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie, well, they cannot distinguish the truth within him or wherever he wants to be. So yes, he has a goal in mind. Is he going to tell himself the whole time, okay, cool, I'm going to get there, but what else is he doing behind the background that no one else sees to get to that specific goal? So he talks about being honest with yourself and writing down the goals in a sentence. That's just the quote I read out. As he goes deeper into it, the more honest you are with yourself and the more you can break down your honesty towards yourself. Like for myself, I definitely want to purchase a house in the next 3 to 5 years. But what am I doing now to create that goal for myself? You understand? Am I just going to write it down and believe, okay, cool, in the next 3 years, but what am I doing, physically doing? What actions, what massive action am I taking into consideration for myself to get to that specific goal? to put my own family in their own house, owned by myself, not renting. What goals am I doing to get to that? So be honest with yourself on all times, but break down your honesty. Have an action plan to go towards that and set those goals.
Cash
Using other money helps also, so you invest in yourself. So you can grow, so you know you can pay it off. That's also another concept my dad could never understand. Why get myself into debt? To grow myself and having a belief that what I'm learning will bring in more cash and cover it completely as well. And it's a scary thing.
It is
Because if you don't believe in it and somebody else is pushing you, you don't believe in it. You won't take a step to go and take that cash to put it into you and know that you can become something in someone and get that, pay it back in tenfold. Those going to come back to you. You need to believe that. Imagine you got someone that is not believing it for you, and then you don't actually do it.
That's so ironic though, because most parents go into debt to pay for their kids' university studies because they believe that that's the same principle that they're going to learn there and then make money for themselves. But then, so that's quite ironic actually, because they do that. They go into debt to make sure they go to a university to
Yeah.
get the knowledge to
Yeah.
become a
But they're not really doing it.
doctor.
They're doing it so that they look good. Other
Because it
people.
must go like that at school,
Yeah.
university.
Okay, you done?
You done with it?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
So I was busy with the book that the Jamie's on, so I decided for today's takeaway I'm gonna go back to one of the old books that I read. It's the 21 Laws of Leadership by J.C. Maxwell. One of the laws that came to mind over the weekend was the law of priorities. I was thinking about how this week is gonna come and next week, and we're opening up soon, and there's so much to maybe get through and so much to focus on, like how am I gonna manage myself? And then it came back to me like, remember what you learned so far. So one of the things was the law of priorities. Leaders understand that activity is not necessarily accomplishment. So I'm gonna explain more what that means. But basically so we can do 100 different things. We can have 30 different Facebook pages, we can have 40 different classes, but it's just activity. Doesn't mean we're successful. It doesn't mean that we're growing necessarily. It's just us doing more. Okay. So one of the things that he spoke about in the book was when he's basically teaching other people. So there's two concepts that he usually uses to prioritize life. Number one is the 3 R's, and the other one, which is the Pareto principle. You should know this one. He spoke about it. One of the guys spoke about it in the book, Developing the Leader Within You. So that principle basically says that if you focus 20%, if your attention on activities that rank in the top 20% in terms of importance, you will have 80% return on your effort. So he uses the example, let's say you have 10 employees and then you need to give 80% to the top 2 because that is the 20%. That top 2 is now going to give you 80% back the return. Then instead of investing all your time and energy into 10 people or 8 other people, that is basically wasting time. So that is the one law, but it can go for different things obviously. So it can go for, let's say, your personal life. So you want to invest more time in the top 20%. So if it's your wife and kids, instead of your wife, kids, family, friends, etc., etc., etc. So invest in your wife and kids because you know that's going to bring you the biggest return. So it can be happiness, it can be love that you're seeking, whatever it is. Invest your time in that top 20%. All your time, all your effort into that top 20%. The rest of the return will be much greater than investing in everything at the same time. Then the other one is the 3 R's. So number one is what is required. So you obviously need to know what is required. Everybody is accountable to somebody. Okay, so he uses that. Everybody is accountable to somebody, an employee, a board of directors, whoever it might be. You need to start with what is required of me and what do I need to do. Then the second one is, what gives the greatest return? As a leader, you should spend most of your time working in your area of greatest strength. If something can be done 80% as well by someone else in your organization, delegate it. If a responsibility could be potentially meet that standard, then develop a person to handle it. So let's say in G's case, he knew, yes, I can do the media, but my attention needs something else. So what did he do? Delegate. Found people that can do it just as good, if not maybe even better. Yeah, do it. Get it done. That's something that he has less focus on. Yes, he will get check up. Yes, he must make sure things are being done right. But he's now prioritized on something else. Could be leadership, it could be growing the business, could be the vision where we're going. Now all of those things that come into play when you are a leader. So let's say we, in our personal life, so you're busy at home, for example, and you could cut the grass, but your baby needs attention. Get someone, pay, cut the grass. My child needs attention. You could, in cheese, used to have.
Work on more marketing.
Exactly. You could cook. Getting somebody to change it for you. You could cook for yourself and enjoy that, or you could spend more time on something else that needs it. Then it's what brings the greatest reward. There are many things that will catch my eye, but there are only a few things that will catch my heart. The things that bring the greatest personal reward are the fire lighters in a leader. Nothing energizes a person the way passion does. So I think that's more than self-explanatory. You know exactly what you need to be focusing on. What is your biggest passion? As soon as you figure that out, you will automatically know that's going to be the greatest reward. Let's say for myself, I know if I give Kelly, Amy, Nico super results, that's going to be reward enough. They're going to now give me 30 more people. That reward is going to be overpowering. Now I'm more motivated, more focused. So obviously now you realize, so if that's going to give me my greatest reward, where must my greatest attention be? My people, your members, your family, your friends, whatever is going to give you the greatest reward, make sure that you prioritize that in your life.
So I'm on the book of Start to Buy, and I think last week or the week before I spoke about the golden circle, which is the outer layer is the what, the inner layer is the how, and then the middle layer is the why. So today I'm going to touch on that again, but I'm going to be touching on your gut decisions does not happen in your stomach. So, when you get that funny feeling like, oh, you were feeling last week, I feel something, and you automatically just go, yeah, I feel something, but it's actually not in your stomach, it's actually got to do a lot with your brain. So the golden circle, the what, how, and why actually corresponds with the levels of your brain. So the first level, the outer layer, which is the neocortex of your brain, that is the what. So that is responsible for rationalizing, analytical thinking, and also your language. Then the middle part, which is now the two parts, the how and the why, is the limbic brain. So that is responsible for your feelings, your emotions. However, it does not process language. So you know how hard sometimes it is to process what you're feeling. You can't get it out there. Either you're saying something wrong, and we can take that wrong, right? Because you can't explain how you're feeling. So the perfect way to explain that is if someone says, why did you marry that person, or why are you with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and automatically they're funny, they're smart, they look good. There's so many people out there that's funny, smart, and look good, but you don't love them, you're not married to them, okay? But it's because you can't explain your feelings, so automatically your brain then puts words that is irrational. They complete me, they my half, my sandwich, my puzzle, whatever. They say irrational things to make it sound rational because you can't explain your feelings.
That your outer brain is making.
Yes. So your middle part is the limbic brain, which is your feelings. So
yeah, but your rational brain is
the outer part, the neocortex. That's the part of the language, right? But when someone asks you about your feelings, you can't put that into language because your limbic brain cannot put your feelings into language. So it helps you make decisions because you get that gut feeling. However, you can't speak. So that is why you need both parts of those brains. So the limbic brain helps you with the decision making, but the neocortex gets it out there using your words. So when you're communicating from the outside in, so when you're communicating from the neocortex into the limbic brain, you communicate the what first and what you were doing first, right? So that's the facts, that's the features, but this does not drive behavior. So I can tell you what I need to do, or God can tell us, oh, what we need to do, whatever, but that doesn't necessarily drive behavior. Whereas if he communicates with the inside out, so using his emotions, by doing this, guys, you know, you are going to feed your family, I'm going to be feeding my family, we're going to be helping other people achieve results, or, you know, grow EFF bootcamp. This is just some examples, guys, to get your understanding. So by doing that, that automatically drives behavior, because now he's making it personal to each one of us in our situation. Whereas if he says, do this, do that, yes, we're going to do it, but it not necessarily drives behavior. He has to ask it a million times. I mean, some example for yesterday, for instance, I asked one of the girls to do something, and he told me, he said, don't ask him just once. Like, he has to ask him multiple times to do the same thing over and over. Don't just ask him once, you know. But by me saying that, it's not going to drive the behavior. Where I say, help me do this because of this. You know, you're using the facts, but you're also using emotion, and that actually drives the behavior. So with that said, regarding now the members, right? So basically, when people come up and they come sign up with us, obviously we're going to tell them about our features and what we do and how we're going to help them. But there's so many gyms out there, there's so many other people that does the same thing that we do. Yes, we're different, I'm not comparing us, but I mean, why come to us and not to them? Because they see the why and not the what. So before I start touching something that says in the book here, great leaders in great organizations or companies sometimes use the what, so they say the features, the benefits, you know, yes, but they don't explain the why. So if I had to ask people what they wanted, then they wouldn't understand the why, right? So if we had to ask our members, why are you our members? They're going to say again, because, again, like the facts, the features, but not really touching deeply. Whereas if you ask our members why, they came in here with the reason that they came in here, why they needed our help. And we gave them the answer, yes, but we gave them so much more. So we gave them so much more than what they didn't expect. So in here they actually talk about as well, great leaders, great companies differentiate the what from the why by giving more than what he's actually asking for. So I was thinking about now the situation of Corona. People automatically thought, okay, cool, our doors are going to be closed, what's going to happen now? But what did we do? We went online. What did we do with that? We gave them accountability, we gave them awesome workouts. We're now opening our doors again and giving them amazing protocols. You know, we're investing so much time, so much effort, so much money to make it better for them, and giving way more than what they actually asked for in the beginning, because when they came through those doors, they didn't expect what we've given them. So also, don't know if you guys heard this saying, winning hearts and winning minds. Okay, so winning hearts is basically the limbic brain, so because it's your feelings, where the winning minds is the neocortex. So great companies are quite adequate at the winning mind concept. Like I said, they will talk about the facts, they'll talk about the features, and then all of that requires, right, is a comparison of features and benefits, where the winning hearts, however, takes more work. So it does take more work, it takes more effort, it takes more drive, it takes more passion as well to give the winning heart, instead of just the winning minds, instead of just giving what people ask for, what people sign up for, give them way more, you know, give them that feeling that they want to come back, give them the feeling that they love EFF Bootcamp, they love each one of us, they see the benefit that we're giving them as well. So the winning minds is obviously the tangible things that they paid for, you know, results, accountability, community, that's what they're paying for. By giving the winning heart, the why are they with us. So that is my biggest takeaway for today.